Hello there. Welcome to the REI Friends podcast. My name is Catherine Storing, your host. I just finished the most amazing conversation with Sheri Richardson. She is dynamite. I don't think I had a single boring person on the podcast, and I don't know what that's about, but I'm a fan. We had such a powerful conversation about how real estate investing not going well at first changed her life and the trajectory of her business success with a big old S, okay? So this episode, you do not want to miss. It's the most listened to, it's the most watched. Make sure that you check out our website, manydoorenterprises.com. That's where all the interviews, video-wise, are there. Don't want to miss that. But now, I don't know if you knew that, we are on Amazon Music. I'm so excited about that. They invited us to put our show there, and I say yes, yes, and yes. So now you can listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Apple Music. If you are an aspiring real estate investor, you have been sitting by the sidelines watching everybody else and their brother get their real estate game on, this show is for you. This is not your typical toxic bro REI show where all they talk about is how many 10,000 houses they have. Now, there's anything wrong with that, but I really want to have real conversations where you get to meet amazing people that sound and look like you, that are doing the very thing you want to do. So without further ado, let's get into today's show. Make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss any of our episodes. Let's get to it. Hey, Sheri, why don't you let my audience know a little bit about who you are?
Hi, everyone. I am Sheri Michelle. I am a speaker, investor, and CEO of Sudden Success Business Solutions. We help entrepreneurs not only get their businesses started with their LLCs and getting everything set up the proper way so that you can get funding and be looked at properly in the business world, but we also help you get your team together, and we practice team building so that you can grow and scale your business. So I'm so excited to be here, Catherine. I have been looking forward to this all week.
I love it. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. Just by the things that you said, we have a lot of things in common. I'm so excited. So let's just go right in. How did you get started in real estate investing?
So I have always had an interest in real estate, right? I have always. So I actually took the real estate salesperson class in 2008 when the market was about to crash. Like, I saw it happening and I was like, I don't want to starve to death while I love on real estate. So I went and got a property management job. So I went and did apartment management for a while, still have a huge love for real estate. And then I bought my first investment property and my first biggest lesson in business in 2017, because that went terribly wrong. And I have been dibbling and dabbling in wholesaling and REI ever since.
That's amazing. 2008, I remember I was selling a house. We bought a house right when the market was crashing. We didn't even know, so we overpaid so much money for this house. I didn't even like the house, to be honest. And then we sold it when we lost so much money on this house. But that was like our own, like, personal house, not investing. So tell us about that first property that you said that didn't go so well.
Ooh, child. Okay, so boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, here is the story about how I lost $100,000 in a property.
Wow.
So the property was prime. I got it from a friend of a friend who was a wholesaler, and it was just a frame. So imagine something going wrong when it's already demoed, right? So I'm thinking, oh man, the demo has been done. Everything is going to be just right? It's going to be a quick and easy flip. I see why they dropped out. So the first thing that happened, I closed at the end of June. in 2017. And we got started in July. We went headstrong. We was ready to go. And end of July, we get to the kitchen and there's a broken pipe in the kitchen. So now they just put the flooring down before they discovered this.
Oh.
Yes. So things do go wrong. So we're going to talk about that today.
Yep.
They had just put the flooring down. So now they had to pull all the flooring up, dig up the kitchen to get to this massive, it was easily like a massive pipe under there. And we had to fix the pipe, which took 4 or 5 weeks because we had to get the permits to do all of that stuff. And just for reference, this happened in Chicago. I bought my first flip in Chicago, and I'm in Texas, but I had a property manager up there watching the property for me and maintaining everything. So then after the pipe, my first crew quit.
Oh my God.
They just quit. So then a second crew came in about 3 weeks later. So, and granted, y'all, I'm paying a mortgage on this house every month that this is happening. And it was like $1,700. Yeah, it was rough. It was a big lesson. The second crew came in and then told us everything that the first crew did wrong. So we had to redo some things because the first crew did stuff wrong. Yes. So that took another 2 months until the city shut us down because they lost our blueprints, and we had to re-put the blueprints in, which took 4 months to get approved. Oh
my God. This is like the house from hell.
It was. It like the movie Carrie.
Yeah.
We dug that house.
Wow.
So by the time the blueprints were done, of course, the second crew was also done. So now we're headed to a third crew who came in, and of course, guess what?
Yep.
Told us everything that the second crew did. By this time, 2 crews in, we have a dumpster in the backyard that has been there for too long. So now the city is starting to find us.
Oh my God.
It hurt my heart so bad. It was bad, y'all. So 3 crews in, the house is still not finished. We are easily $40,000, $50,000 in. The third crew finds electrical issues that are wrong. So we have to go through the whole rewiring of things because we have to find out what part of the electrical is wrong. And so we found that. It took a couple of weeks. And by that time, the city shut us down again because the permit that we had gotten because we had taken so long. And granted, we were using a hard money lender, so every time they completed something, we had to wait for an inspection, so which could take anywhere from 7 to 14 days. So we finish something, we wait for the inspection, we get another draw, and then here we go. So in between all of these interruptions is the draw time. So we're a year and some change into the project now, and this was supposed to last 3 months. So then a storm came through, froze the pipes in the house.
No.
So then it flooded.
Wow.
When I say everything that could go wrong went wrong with this house, everything went wrong. So after about 16 months, I called it a wash. I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I walked away from the property. It was a bittersweet kind of thing because again, I learned so much and I flew up there constantly. So I was in constant communication. But I stayed in the property too long.
Yeah, I gotta give you props. I was gonna give you props for that. And maybe, yeah, you stayed too long, but wait to see the process through though. Like you are never gonna forget those lessons, right?
No. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. Not at all. Not at all. The inspections are going to be super real from now on. And since that property, I've actually become a insurance adjuster. So I contract with different insurance companies from time to time. So I've learned even more on that side of the fence as far as what goes in and out of the bill. So and a lot of the times that I take a contract, it's for insider information because I have access to all the pricing. So a contractor can't tell me, oh, well, you know, shingles cost, you know, $800 a square. No, they don't. No, they don't. I have the pricing right here. Stop playing with me.
Good, because just recently I was learning about how I do know that you have to follow them around, but if you know what they're supposed to be looking at, that is such an amazing side job that investors can do that's gonna pay off in so many different ways. That's powerful.
So many different ways. If I was you guys, and this is just a suggestion, I would go on Facebook and go to some adjuster groups and find you an adjuster and be like, hey, can I give you $100 to walk around the house with me? Now, granted, you have your inspectors that come out, but the inspectors and the adjusters are looking for two different things. So the inspector is looking for things that are wrong, but the adjuster is looking for what insurance will pay for. So it's a totally different thing. If you had a claim 2 days after you closed your house, what would your insurance pay for?
Wow, powerful.
It's some good information. Those $100, even though it adds up in the front, it definitely saves in the back because I've already had a claim and well, yeah.
Wow. That was so you left the house. Did you sell it? You say you sold that at a loss?
No, I just gave it to the bank. I was over it. Like I
just walked away.
I literally just walked away. I couldn't do it anymore. Because granted, not only had I paid $40,000 at closing, I'm paying $1,700 a month, plus electricity, plus fines, plus crew. Like it was too many pluses. So yeah, I easily lost $100,000 in that house.
So how?
Granted, I've gotten it back.
So how come you didn't say forget real estate investing like that? How come that didn't deter you from saying I'm gonna stick with real estate investing?
So I've always been a person about lessons, right? There's never a situation in life that you should be in that you don't take a lesson from. So it's either am I going to repeat the mistakes or am I going to learn from it and grow from it? I learned from it and grew from it and created a business out of it. So it's not so much, I created a couple of incomes out of that actually. Now that I think about it, because I realized things that I did not know. So one of the things that I didn't know was that I didn't have to use my own money. I hadn't been taught that. So I started learning how I could use other people's money. OPM, our favorite thing in business world. If you are in business, your favorite thing is OPM. I'm telling you today. If you didn't know.
Yes.
So I learned how to leverage other people's money after this situation because I would have took less of a loss had I did that properly. And set everything. I had the house under my LLC, but I had all the funds coming directly from me.
Oh, okay.
So now I know if I have an LLC, that LLC should be paying the bills, not me. And I created a company to help with business funding and to set up your company correctly so that you can get business funding. So that was one stream of income that came out of that. Another one is I started investing. So I looked at different avenues of how to invest without using my own money. So I looked into tax liens, and I love tax liens. Tax liens are amazing. I looked into, I started making friends with high-end bank employees. So I go to networking events at real estate, different real estate events. that are throughout the city. And I'll also, if I see that there's a grand opening at a bank, or if there is, any of the banks in our area is doing like a charity event or a meet and greet or something, I'll go, because the person that you want in your back pocket is a bank manager or a bank district manager, because guess where those lists of the recent foreclosures are coming from? Those managers. So you get firsthand knowledge of things that's on the market before they even hit the market. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes, and you get the creme de la creme of the list. Because sometimes once it hits the market, it's already been picked clean. So you're getting the leftovers, and when you have those powerful connections, you get the cream of the crop, so to speak.
So what was the project? So what happened? So you said you tried different things. You had that property that you had to work away. What was the next project that you worked on?
Well, first I was licking my wounds from losing 100. Yeah. That was a whole project in itself. Yeah. But after that, I went ahead and got my adjuster's license. That was the next thing. That was the very, very next thing that I did. And I learned about a house. So as an adjuster, I can build a house from the ground up on paper. I can't do it in person. Don't. I hire people to build it in person. Yeah. So I learned what I didn't know. Had I known the things that I know now as an adjuster, the contractors wouldn't have been able to get over what they got over. I probably would not have gotten to 3 crews. I probably would have closed the house in 6 to 9 months instead of actually giving it away. So, I learned different things. The person that I partnered with on this one, it was one of their first deals too. So I learned, and I did not know that because I didn't do enough research to find out. Now they are 50 deals in, 60 deals in. So they do easily 25 houses a year. And so he is amazing, and we keep touch. There was no bad blood about the situation. We both just grew and learned from it. So, I think he got sued too. Luckily, I didn't get any of that blunt. He kind of took that from me. So I definitely learned that working with a mentor is powerful, even in losses. So sometimes you're not going to win, and business is about how you handle failure more so than wins, right? So I took the failure. I took the L I didn't take it like a champ at first, but I got there. Eventually. But my mentor helped me, as far as any fights that were with the contractors, he took those over. So, because he could handle it better. And unfortunately, in the world that we live in, sometimes things are dominated by one particular sex or the other. And sometimes in real estate, that is the case. So it is what it is. So I know when to pull my cards when it's time to pull a card, and it was time to pull that card.
That makes so much sense. So so you become an insurance adjuster, learn a whole bunch. When did you go to do your next deal?
So I gave that house up in the beginning of 2019. And I think my next deal came about a year and a half later. I was able to get a condo in Atlanta, and I'm from Atlanta, so it was home territory. I got a condo in Atlanta. It's 10 minutes from downtown. It's a 2-bedroom property. Amazing. And I actually have an Airbnb. So that was the first thing. I was like, let me tiptoe back in. And so it's a unbelievable deal in Atlanta because it's a 2-bed, 1.5 bath, close to downtown, and I pay $1,000. It's 10 minutes from downtown.
What?
Right.
Wow, that's insane.
So lesson number 2, ladies and gentlemen, from this call: condos are your friends. If you do not have, and of course there are HOAs in most condo communities, so you'll have to be mindful of that. But with the inflation that the way it is easier to find a condo community that will work with you as far as Airbnbs are concerned than to go to apartment complexes. And your rent is probably going to stay the same for multiple years, or it's only going to go up a little bit. Instead of these $400 and $500 increases, I've had my condo 3 years. I haven't seen an increase yet.
Wow.
I have another condo where I closed. They went up on rent once and it was $100. And it's here in Dallas. So I went from paying $1,100 for a 3-bedroom condo, 2 bath, to paying $1,200. What is that? Nothing.
So now, is that also on Airbnb?
Mm-hmm. But I niched it out. So I niche out to traveling professionals. I don't do Airbnb for the party crowd. So it's really, really, I found it really good to niche out. So most of my clientele are traveling nurses or people who come into town for like a month at a time. So I have extended stays for people who are working.
Makes sense. Yeah, because they're gonna pay, they're in for a job, they definitely cannot trash the place, and they're working, so most of the time they're not even there that much, which is the great thing about renting to nurses.
Exactly. And you can add extra services that can add to your revenue. Like we'll do Instacart deliveries for our people free, but I charge, the 3-bedroom goes for $1,900 a week, and I pay $1,200 a month. Yeah, I could throw in a free delivery for some groceries.
Right. Yes.
And they're okay paying that because traveling nurses right now are making like $100 an hour.
Right.
So
and they're getting paid for their living arrangements on top of that. So of course they're gonna choose to live in a nicer place that comes with the furniture, comes with utilities. So all you gotta do is bring your clothes, get in and get out.
We even have maid service go in for them. So we will fold up their clothes for them. Like if they want us to come in while they're at work, we'll wash their scrubs. We'll take them to the dry cleaner if they want. We'll have meals delivered. I have a meal prep person in town. So if they want home cooked meals, they can get that. Like I have a brochure available for my clients so that if they need anything extra, because I know they're going to be at work all the time. So how can I make your life easier? And that keeps me booked. So if you go into the traveling professionals, definitely add the extra services because it makes it worth it. Yeah, I could charge $1,200 and not offer anything, but they are willing to pay that extra $700 to be like, oh, well, I don't have to do laundry either. I don't have to cook. Oh yeah, let's do this.
Exactly. Powerful. So it's in a way that first deal going south opened up so many other doors for you. So it was for your good that happened.
It's always a lesson.
Yeah.
It's always a lesson.
That's amazing. So let's go back a little bit about the insurance adjuster. How did you have that idea? How do you know that you could do that with no experience? How do you go about that? Going from I'm going to own a house to now I'm going to learn this skill that I'm going to use forward in my business.
So I was already in the process. I had a friend, we were workout buddies, maybe in 2013. And, you have those friends that, every year and a half, you'll just reach out to say, hey girl, how you doing? What you been up to? And so me and her were kind of on the same path for a little bit. And then we kind of we separated as far as paths. So I reached out to her and she was like, well, I'm an insurance adjuster and I make this much money. And it was cool. Y'all, it's so much money in insurance. It's ridiculous. Like, y'all premiums pay us well. I'm just going to put it out there. So she was like, yeah, I'm earning $30 an hour as an insurance adjuster. And I was like, wait, what? Hold up. How do I get in? Where's the application? Like, what do we do? So she told me exactly what to do. Depending on what state you're in, the license can take you literally 2 weeks to get. And then you just sign up for a couple of agencies that are partnered with the major insurance companies. And in literally as little as 30 days, you can be making 6 figures.
Amazing. And learning because I'm sure you are learning this for yourself, but with the company, which we haven't talked about yet, you could probably advise your clients because you have this knowledge.
Yes. And I tell my clients to go into adjusting too, because there are contracts where there's plenty of contracts where you can work from home or where you are 1099. So you can literally put that under your business and count it as business income. And then have freedom of schedule. So I am huge on, if you decide that entrepreneurship is your path, for a couple of years there, all of your decision making has to go towards your business. So when I decided the path of adjuster, not only was it to make me a better investor, but it was for me to have more capital available personally. Because of course we're going to spend our own money to grow our babies, because our businesses are our babies, especially for women. So I said I wanted to have more capital available, and this is an easy way for me to do it. And I can jump in and out whenever I want. I can take a contract today and then in 3 weeks be like, all right, y'all, I need to go. I have some personal stuff going on. I'll holler at y'all later. And it's as easy as that. So go in, grab $20,000, $30,000 and then come right back out and do what you got to do.
Love that. Love that. So let's just transition a little bit. You have this couple, do you have any so you have 2 condos? Is that what your portfolio now?
Right now I have 2 condos, yes. I haven't done a major flip yet. I've been so busy building my companies that I have not had time to devote to a major flip. So I decided to go the residual route.
Oh my God. And I always heard, and let me know maybe with your first experience, that they highly advise newbies to not do a flip or to do a major renovation because of all the things that they don't know.
I would concur with that. Or at least have someone who has the crew, like JV. If you can JV and come in as the money or come in as the labor and someone else is holding your hand that's experienced, then I would say it would be okay. But if you can do a flip that's all you have to do is do some floors and some painting, that would be ideal.
Yeah, that makes sense. And not to get into your numbers, but you're doing okay with those 2 condos, aren't you?
I am, girl. I'm doing good. I said, one is $1,200 a month for my cost, and that's the rent. So with the extras, it's probably another $300 or $400. But I'm renting that out at $1,900 a week.
Yeah, you're doing all right. And that's why I asked, because sometimes people think I have to have so many properties, so many doors, because I want to be Grant Cardone. There's nothing wrong with having a lot of property, but your life doesn't need that many houses to change. Your house can change. Your life can change with a couple houses, with one house, doing it the right way.
Right. Everybody wants to be the big kahuna, not realizing what the big kahuna had to go through to become the big kahuna. So it's good to start small, because when you start small, you learn small lessons, and they're less expensive lessons. So let's look at it in terms of that. Because my first failure was a big failure, and it was an expensive failure. And with real estate, money can add up super fast. You're not talking hundreds of dollars, you're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's in the plus category and in the minus category. People never think of that. So I definitely would recommend someone going into an Airbnb situation, or a JV, a joint venture, for those who are super new. A JV is a joint venture. Go to these. There are so many groups in every city. There has not been one city, and I travel a lot. There's not been one city that I've been to that does not have real estate meetings. Go on Meetup, go on Facebook, they're out there. Go meet these people. They are eager. They want new investors. Especially with the market being the way it is now, people are gearing up because it can't stay this way. It can't. It can't. It's unsustainable. I'm not sure about what's happening in your neck of the woods, Catherine, but in Texas, people are offering $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 over asking.
It's crazy. Oh yeah, it's crazy.
I know there was one house here where someone paid $1.1 million over asking for the house.
Oh my God.
How is that sustainable?
No.
It has to drop at some point.
Right.
And when it does,
we'll be ready. We're right here. Let it rain.
Right. When the bottom falls out, trust and believe, Catherine and I will be there. Like,
yes, we'll be so happy to help you to unload. Absolutely. And that's the beauty, that everything creates opportunity for other people, because I love the fact that not only are you doing real estate directly, but you created businesses that are related to real estate. So when do you have that moment, that aha moment that, wait a minute, there are people that need these services? How do you go about that?
So I listened. Every service that I offered, a couple of people told me, oh, I could use that. Open ears equals full bank accounts. So my closed ears, and I'll tell anybody this, the hardest part of being an entrepreneur, and I get asked this question a lot. What's the hardest part of being an entrepreneur? Or what's the biggest hurdle? The biggest hurdle is people are hard-headed. Hard-headed. Somebody, Catherine, I promise you, one of your listeners, this is what's going to happen. They're going to hear what I just said. They're going to hear it. They're going to understand it. And then they're going to go do exactly what I just told them not to. Yep. And I am going to challenge that person to be honest and call Catherine when you do it.
Yep, let me know. Just slide in my DMs and let me know. Like, yep, I sure did.
That is the biggest challenge. People are hard-headed. If I tell someone to go left, they're going to be like, well, right looks so shiny. I know it does, boo. I know it does. But right looks shiny in the beginning, and then it turns into a Little Red Riding Hood story real quick.
We're saying, there's a reason why we're saying that. It's so funny how people sometimes feel they know it's faster, but like I just finished writing a book, and I keep saying, okay, do this first. I know you want to do this other thing first, but trust me, if you do that, it's gonna set you back. And I hope that they listen and they follow the steps and not fast forward to that section, because they're gonna do it, and you can do it, but it's gonna set you back. So hopefully they're listening.
You know, there are services now, and for people just like the non-listeners who want to skip ahead, places like Thinkific and Padia actually let you drip courses on people now, so they can't skip ahead and be detrimental to themselves. So good. Isn't that crazy? We have had to create. So many entrepreneurs have had that same situation happen over and over again with their coaching clients, that now services are offering to stop y'all from self-sabotaging yourselves.
Right, to save you from yourself. Absolutely.
It's crazy. So please, guys, follow what people have told you. And I know, and I'm not saying listen to everybody, because it's best to find one person that you truly like and they truly resonate with you, and just go with that one person and not have 14 different people in your ear. It's all the same material, because nothing really is new, especially in real estate. It's all the same. It might be a new technology to it, but listen. If you have to pull up Beyonce from Dreamgirls and listen to that 3-minute song to get it in your head, just listen.
Yes. I love it. I think this is going to help a lot of people. There's a reason why we done it the wrong way. And so I always say, I learned the hard way so you don't have to. So learn from my mistake, like let my mistake be worth something so you don't have to do it, which is so awesome. So you started this company. So what other services that you guys offer to real estate investors? I'm so excited.
So my favorite service, y'all, is we actually do virtual assistant matching for real estate investors. So we offer virtual assistants who are able to do cold calling. They're able to do contracts. They're able to do follow-up. They can set appointments. They can set like anything that can be done on your computer as far as real estate investing is concerned, they can do it. Now, they can set up inspections. They're able to get, you list of contractors, all of the important stuff, everything that you need important. And we help train them. We help bridge the gap when you guys are starting to work together, because working with a virtual assistant, we go for long-term solutions, right? Every one of my VAs have been with me over 6 months, with the exception of the one that I just hired. And I have a team of 11. And so I grew my company because I had other people helping me grow my company. So we help you be better. Catherine, I know you can feel me on this. So what made me get a virtual assistant to be in the first place? I ran out of time. I ran out of time in the day. I was working from sundown to sundown, and every day my to-do list was growing longer.
Yep.
So I was like, I did not hire guys until I had no other choice. Like when I went to go hire my first people, it was like, when am I even going to have the time to train them?
To train them, yep. Oh my God. True story. Yep.
That was my biggest fear, not hiring, but when am I going to have the time to train them?
And waiting too long. And I can so relate. And again, the one commodity that people don't realize they have is time. You cannot get that back. And having
it's more valuable than money.
Media, I don't do my social media. I don't handle it. And can I do it? Yes. Do I have time doing it? Yes. But can I be consistent every single day with all the posts and put them on? I'm going to get distracted. I'm going to get busy, which I did. Having an assistant, guess what? I have not skipped 1 week of emailing my list. 1 week. Because guess what? My assistant does it. She does it. So I can totally relate to that. And the other things that I can do because I don't have to do any of my social media.
And so, especially for ladies. Now, guys, my male clients, guys are easy.
They get it.
They are super easy. They're like, wait, I don't have to cold call? Wait, I don't have to send an email? How much it costs? Girl, where the paperwork at? But my female clients, what I have learned in having a virtual assistant company is that women treat their businesses like their babies. They literally treat their businesses like their children. So I always hear, well, I need somebody who can do it like me. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. Because if you could do it and you had time to do it, you wouldn't need an assistant. But you don't have time. You have kids and you have a husband and you probably have a job and you need to shower and you have parents that need your attention. So, and then you're running a business, so you don't have time. And honey, boo boo, kitty, wonderful, wonderful lady that you are, you're not good at everything. You can't be accounting and social media and customer service and loss prevention. And there's too many ands. There's not I was losing so much sleep trying to be an and. No, I don't do that. No. This is what I do. I come and I talk to beautiful, wonderful, intelligent people like Catherine all day long, and my staff does all the grunt work. I have a customer service person. They answer all my calls. That was the first thing I got rid of, was the phone. Whoo, child. That was getting rid of the phone, hunting child. That was amazing.
So good. I love this. I love it because it's helping so many people understand that they can do real estate in so many different ways. And I love that you're helping newbies find the help that they need, especially if they're getting into, it sounds like you have a lot of resources for people into wholesaling. So
yes,
and
wholesaling
training.
Yes. So I can find whoever you need. I have real estate VAs that do wholesaling. I have ones that do Airbnb. I have Shopify. I have credit repair. I have business credit. Social media. I have executive assistants. We can find whoever anybody needs. I definitely recommend everybody starts with an executive assistant because they will get your whole life together. Like quick.
This is
calendars, emails. I don't do my own contracts. My executive assistant, who has been upgraded to my operations manager, does everything. Like she'll just send me, oh, hey, we need this. Here it is. Cool. Like the goal is for you started a business, and this is what I think a lot of us get away from, Catherine. We forget why we started a business.
Yeah.
We started it to make more money and have more time freedom. Yeah. But once we get into it, we get so caught into the grind that we don't realize that we're costing ourselves money by trying to do everything. And I need to say that again for the person in the back. Mm-hmm. You are costing yourself money by trying to do everything. My company hit 6 figures after I hired 2 people. 6 months.
Powerful. 6 months.
If you have a 9 to 5, you are in the most powerful position, period. And this is, I will never down a 9 to 5er. You are in a powerful position because you are not worried about your bills while you are trying to grow a business. Create a budget to include an employee. Hire that person, train them for a month on your time, that 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., whatever time you work to your side hustle. Train them during that time and then let them take over during the day while you're at work. Let them run your business so that you can create your income while you're at work. That's what I teach people to do. Double themselves immediately.
With someone cheaper. Absolutely. That makes sense.
Employees are not a expense. They are absolutely positively an investment. And if you are an investor, the first thing that you need to invest in is an employee. Maybe not the very first, but it definitely needs to be in the top 5. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you have revenue coming in, you might as well take some of that revenue and invest it in people.
Reinvest it in your company. Again, you may not know who to call. I have one person, cold calling assassin. I know he gets my client at least 5 appointments a week. She is closing $100,000 deals every month. You think she cares about his little $400 a week salary? No, she doesn't. He gets bonuses all the time. He's getting paid more because she's making more. Right. So if you're working 9 to 5, those are when people are answering the phone. You need somebody calling them and emailing them and setting up email lists. What I greatly suggest for anybody who is in real estate investing and want to build their list up of buyers is have a Zoom call or a coaching call that is talking about something to their target market, because we all have a target. Like some of you guys are looking at single family homes that are in the $100,000 to $300,000 range. Well, that market is completely different from the people who are doing trailers, which are extremely good for newbies. If you want to, mobile homes is bread and butter, and they're easy flips and they can happen instantly. Like you could have a mobile home for 30 days and make $20,000 off of it. So I'm just putting that out there for people.
Yeah, I think you're giving them so many things to think about. I'm so excited. And the resources. I love that. So what would you say? Do you think that the life that you have now will be possible without real estate investing? And you can be totally honest.
So real estate investing created this. Like it was a catalyst behind what happened. So if that first flip did not happen, I don't think I would be where I am today. And that's truly and honestly. If I never do another flip again, real estate did its job for me, because I created sources of income that are never going away, like ever.
So good. So good. So let me ask you this question. What would you have liked your newbie real estate investor know that you know now? Like, what would you have want to know then that you have learned all these years forward?
The best thing that you can have in your back pocket is a phenomenal contractor. The best thing, one that you know, trust, love their work, a phenomenal contractor. That is they are worth their weight in gold. Absolutely. Absolutely. You find you a crew that you like, treat them well.
So good. So good. And if you can marry one, right? That would be even better.
Girl, that labor cost will go down real quick.
I have that on my list. Like, I have it. I have, like, I'm taking applications and contractor is at the very top. Trust me.
Yes. And
tool bell and everything. Yes. Points for that.
Yes. Absolutely. The labor is what it is. I was in Lowe's yesterday and we were just walking around and I saw a bidet and it had like heated seats, and I was like, girl, I should install this in one of my bathrooms. She was like, you can't call me bougie no more. I was like, I still can. I'm just at a different level of bougie.
Yeah, that's right.
I think if you get a toilet with a remote control, like you upgrade to another.
You do. I think so. But you know what? Why not? Why not? I love it.
Why not? If anybody wants a bougie list, add a toilet with a remote control. That should go on your bougie list.
That will do it. I love that. I could talk to you forever. I can't believe an hour has gone by already.
Really?
Yes, because we have gone through so many different things, and I'm so excited about what you're doing. So where can people learn more about you? Like, where you hang out the most on social media?
So my team, I want y'all to catch this. My team hangs out Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and then you can also, if you're interested in a virtual assistant, because you all need one, you can go to www.helpmefindava.com, and my team will be happy to assist you in finding your new teammate in profit, because that's what we are. We're teammates in profit. And you can find me on Instagram at I am Sheri Michele. That's SHERI, and Michelle with one L. Facebook, I'm Sheri Richardson, and LinkedIn, I'm Sheri Michelle.
So good. Well, I'll make sure to put all those links on the show notes so they can connect with you and follow you, because I know they're going to hit you up or your team for some deets on many of the resources that you share, because there were many.
Absolutely. We're actually relaunching our website at the beginning of next month, and I'm breaking my website down for every entrepreneur. So we're going to be offering courses on everything as far as getting your business started, how to budget, and we're going to have little mini courses. So they're going to be really inexpensive, a lot of them under $100, so that you can really find your way. And we're going to have a whole section for new entrepreneurs. Then we're going to have a section for seasoned entrepreneurs, where it's going to go into business funding, hiring teams, how to manage teams, how to scale up to 7 figures. And then we're also going to have a section on children in business, because we want you guys not only creating a legacy for yourself, but creating legacy makers. So we're going to have a whole section for kids as well. How to create that kid entrepreneur. And, because entrepreneurs are born, period. period. Catherine, I know when you were little, it may not have been, you may not have knew what the spirit was, but you knew what it was, if that makes sense to you.
I sure knew. Yeah. You're so right. You're so right.
So those children need special attention, and they need guidance so that those gifts can grow. Because had I had those kind of lessons when I was 8, man, I would have been a millionaire by 16.
Yep, I hear that. I feel that. That's awesome. Thank you so much for your time. I'm so excited, Sheri. I know that this episode is going to be so shared and appreciated by people, my audience. Thank you so much for your time. So appreciate you.
Thank you. I hope you guys got something out of today. I give everything I have 100%. So I can't wait to connect with some of you. And please let me know that you came from Catherine, because I would love to tell her that her listeners really listen.
I love it. Thank you so much, guys. There you have it. Hopefully you were able to listen or to watch the REI Friends podcast, where I bring you amazing people that are doing the things that you and I want to do. So hopefully you got something out of it. Make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss any of the episodes of the REI Friends podcast. See you next week. Bye.